knows the spice controls the universe.
Yeah, it's rich in bubbly goodness.
Do you remember when you lost your passion for this work?
I invited another friend. I hope that's okay. Ah!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And welcome to the after school special where folks, we can't quite get together with them during lunchtime. So you know what? We meet them after school. So with that said, we're going to bring up my co-host, Fat Steven Seagal. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good doing spring cleaning. So I've got like boxes and, and stuff everywhere.
Anything good in the boxes?
Let's see. Well, this is pretty cool. This is a keyboard tray under desk.
Yeah, the one you can mount on different things.
Yeah. So I got that one. So thanks to my channel subscribers and super chats for helping hook me up with that because my desk I have here isn't exactly ergonomically correct, but I'll get more.
Well, thanks to the celebration stream, there was the Blue Yeti snowball that Fatal J uses. I got one of those coming today, so I hope it will sound clearer by Sunday. So I'm kind of excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
This one, my $35 USB special, I made a deal with it. As long as it holds out, I won't trade it in for the Shure mic. So
even the the Microsoft Zoom mics they have now, they have like the Zoom mic packages. They actually look pretty legit too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'll figure it out. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird Saturday. It's been this week doesn't feel like it was long. It went by pretty quick, but it felt emotionally long, like with the streams and it was busy. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot of activity, hyperactivity. It was fun activity.
Yeah, there was a lot going on this week. I think I had to think. Yeah, I think I've streamed every day.
Mm-hmm.
This wow. Yeah, every day this week. Oh man. Whew.
Oh, I think we can fix it up real quick. I have something that we can. I think we need this as a wake up. I think we'll use this now.
Really? What is it?
I'm going to share it to you. You can just play it real quick. I think everyone can use this because That was brought to you by Warcry Cameras. If you haven't heard your manly stream today, you will eventually in a heel versus babyface live stream.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ladies.
I need to borrow that for a super chat.
Oh, I'm using it for super chat too. Yeah, I'll give you one too. Yeah, I'm getting a whole bunch. It's great. But I'm kind of happy. I know it's not a live show. We get to do a pre-record with this individual. It's like we've been trying to get a hold of them and get replies back for months, and it's one of those ones where I don't know much about him as much as a lot of other people, but I'm excited to get to know him and what his projects are or what he's actually doing.
Oh, absolutely.
And then ask a whole crap load of trap questions to make him feel really uncomfortable for now. I'm gonna do it.
Well, I've always been impressed by the artwork that our next guest has put together. It's amazing. It's wonderful. I love talking to comic creators, and I have been very, very anxious about getting this guy on our show, and I'm so excited. So, folks, please welcome Zevius to the show. How are you? Oh, wait, my bad. Sorry, I had you muted.
Gosh darn it. How am I? I'm good. And good to be here. I've been wanting to do this for a few months too. So thank you for having me on.
Can you tell the excitement that we brought you in muted? We're like, we finally got him. I'm not gonna say a word. I'm not gonna say a goddamn word. Not one.
Yeah,
Not
I
one.
can't wait to hear what he's got to say. And then
We're gonna make him talk. We're gonna have for an hour. We're gonna just have your mouth move, answering questions, and we're gonna put weird subtitles underneath all the wingdings to make the chat try to transcribe.
that'd be a good gotcha. Yeah.
Well, at least I only did that once. Culture's been doing that on the regular of late.
Yeah.
He's talking and he's going full tilt, and we're just like, dude, you're muted. We can't hear a word you're saying.
It's a lot of screens, a lot of stuff to, I mean, I've been playing too for, almost a year. And, you're trying to read the thing, bring up the Photoshop file and check your Twitter, and mistakes happen.
I do everything on one screen. I gotta get a second one eventually. And I was like holding off because Amazon had a 27-inch on sale, and then I'm looking at my desk with all my nerd stuff everywhere, like my Fortress of Ultimate Virgins, and I'm like, I don't know if I can put it anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know what that means, but it sounds nice.
Well, I hear you. I have two screens too, so I have my one monitor and then this one. And they're not ancient, but said you keep hanging in there, and I won't fire you for a better version, a 4K version. So they're hanging in there.
I mean, I do this I do this full time, and I've got two workstations depending on what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I got my 4K dual iMacs over there, and then here I've got the 5K iMac with the other screen.
Oh,
I'm not bright. This is my job, right? And then
I'm like drooling. Sorry.
And I keep an iPad here, and then I keep another iPad on the couch, like the Pro, and that's where I do most of my art.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a phone sometimes at the same time, and that's my Twitter. So it's a lot of it's a lot of screens, right?
It is.
Yeah, but you got to do it.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
Because I have my professional. Because I work from home, so I have that workstation, across the living room, back over that way, with the professional, with the office set up, with the big screens, and then I come over here, and it's like this is like the fun house where it's like I got this monitor that I've had for I don't know how long, this one that I got a couple years ago, and sometimes the iPad goes here if I remember to put it here, and then I have my phone and everything else. So it's interesting how. People used to work and, kind of how we work now.
Yeah. Because you do IT stuff or something, I think, right?
Yes. Yeah. I'm in software development. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's evolved, but you get kind of used to it. So we've gone from being chained to your workstation or chained to your laptop till now you've got everything on your phone now, pretty much.
Yep.
So you never get away unless you do what I do and then just turn it off. So turn the notifications off so I don't hear you.
Yep. Cool.
Well, we're going to start with our baseline questions we like asking everyone. And this should be interesting since you and Fat Steven seem to be from the same country. What are you? What?
You're from Canada?
Yeah, I am. I bounced around a little bit from here in California as well. But from here and all across the West. So, and I'm currently situated in Calgary.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, well, my mom's there, so it's double sorry. So I understand.
Yeah. So where are you, Steven?
I'm in the GTA area, so I'm dealing with my own issues of Ford and his cheesecake recipes. Other than that,
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, Canada, it's all right. I've got a house in San Diego too. That's complicated. Like my wife's in the house, and I haven't talked to her for a while. So there's,
so there's that. Oh, okay.
There's the California issue. So
Okay.
I like the San Diego. It's too hard. It's gonna
really.
Be,
No, guess if you're used to weather in Canada, I can understand that.
You know, but I'm just learning and figuring out what to do next. I know where I want to wind up. It's not North America. It's I worked for a month with the Bel Air's Research Institute. I was like, I was, you know, I had a house, but in Barbados.
Oh, wow.
And it is always 28 degrees Celsius, like always. And the sun rises at 6 and it goes down at 6. And that's it. There's nothing else you need to know. So you got flip flops, a pair of shorts. I like a nice white linen dress shirt. Live your life. And I can't wait to get back there. So that's honestly where I'd like to end up. Not too hot when it's like, you know, 38 in San Diego in like, you know, in July. Not when it's minus 38 here in February. Just it's like porridge, you know, just like not too, you know, right in the middle. That's from what I've experienced. Barbados just does that.
Yeah, because it's between, you know, it's between the tropics. Florida's subtropical, so we get like a couple of massive swings, but the weather's pretty stable. I want to say from probably taking hurricane season out of the equation, because that's for all over, including the Caribbean. Between like I want to say April to December, weather's pretty stable.
Yep.
And warm and all that, but yeah, I get you. I get you. Wow, Barbados is gorgeous, though.
I know, and it's also the time zone thing, like because being this far north, when it gets, you know, into winter, the days get so short. It's like, you know, 3 o'clock in the afternoon the light goes down. It's depressing. You got to wait till like 10 or something, and then it swings and it flips the other way. And I know it's like, you know, you can't please me, right? But I was up late doing a thing. And I was sort of heading off to bed, and suddenly the birds start chirping. It's like 4:30 in the morning because the sun's coming up.
Yeah.
And then it'll be, you know, give it a month, and it's going to be bright at like 11:30 p.m. And then the sun's going to come again 5 hours later, and I guess that's okay. But it's, you know, it's like pick a side, you know.
That sounds like Seattle, because when I was working as a consultant in Seattle, I'm just like, why is it so light outside? It's 10 o'clock at night. So it makes no sense.
Yeah,
that would just drive me nuts. Man, yeah, I love the Caribbean. It's gorgeous.
Yep.
So our baseline question is, what are your memories of lunchtime at school?
Let's see. Lunchtime at school. Okay. First of all, I did open attendance for high school, so I was a clever kid, if you will. So I have no high school, no John Hughes type memories. Not from high school. I didn't really go to high school.
Oh.
So yeah, I did final exams.
Okay.
And then I just did my own thing. So I've never, like, I voted a couple of years ago. Had to go to my high school. That was my local polling station. I was looking around going like, I've never been here before, like ever. I was just, you know, there was some stuff, you know, principal's office or whatever. But I've never been to the lunchroom. So I guess my lunchtime memories go way back. Junior high. I think taking paper route money to buy an O. Henry bar and a Coca-Cola. That's my, and skateboarding. That's probably the best I got off the top of my head.
Wow, they let you buy candy for lunch?
Yeah.
There was, like, literally, they don't really watch after anything. It's just like, go here. They're expecting you to go here. If you want to go home for lunch, make sure you're back in time before your next period or before everything. And if you were able to, yeah, you have free form.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, my school was a prison, all right. And we'd sit on other streams. Like, I had friends who, it's like the school was there, like here, and then a whole bunch of open field. And then their house was literally across the fence. They could not go home for lunch.
Oh, wow.
At all. They could not go home for lunch. And they always had to make that announcement over the loudspeaker that they couldn't do it. You know, parents were just like, well, how come, you know, they can't? And I don't know, some kind of liability thing. But I just remember hearing that from friends who were like, yeah, I could just go home for lunch and eat better stuff, play video games, come back to school. No, they wouldn't let them. It's crazy.
I did that. Loved it.
Wow. Yeah, that's different. That's total lockdown kind of stuff. I mean, I remember doing badass things back in, like showing up to school around the lunchtime, and then parking the car, getting Slurpees and a bottle of rum, and then sitting in the car drinking Slurpees and rum and Slurpees, which is not cool, but I'm talking as a teenager, so that's
Oh yeah, I get you.
yeah.
Cool. Well, here's a second question. Pizza, when you had it in school, was it square or round? If you had it in school.
I didn't have pizza in school ever.
Wow.
There's some easy question, but there's no pizza in school. I don't know.
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Well, not in my.
Wait. You never had pizza day when the school you did attend, though?
Well, see, like I said, in high school, I've never been in the lunchroom,
No.
so kind of
No, I mean elementary. Elementary is like, when they have hamburger day or pizza day, right? So they would send the form with the kid home. You would fill out what you want. Your parents would send you back with the filled out form and the money, and then it would be like a Friday or something, or a Thursday would arrive, and you would get the allotted slices you paid for in the drink. You never had that?
No, we didn't have that.
Was I in the only pizza zone for some reason? Was there?
Maybe.
I think so.
So I was in the
I
fat
think
kid
so.
camp of the pizza lunch area. Okay, that's great.
I was gonna ask if it was a provincial thing, but
Might be.
Maybe. Yeah, and then I guess
thing.
school stuff is municipal as well, so who knows? It could be
Hmm.
different from person to person.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Because I know some places here we have like private schools. They can pretty much have like more leeway.
Oh my gosh! So, sorry, I've got a cat who's freaking out my mate. There's the biggest bumblebee right now under my light.
Say no more. I have a cat.
Can you hear this? This bee is like.
Yeah, I can hear it a little bit.
It's right here. It's just like.
Yeah.
And I've got my bounce, I've got a 1K with an umbrella,
Mm-hmm.
and the bee is just bouncing off it, and my cat is.
They freak out. Mine, I had that happen. Well, I had that happen, and another time we had like a lightning bug caught in the house, which is like a floating loco laser, and my cat just lost it. He was just freaking out, trying to jump all over the place on stuff, trying to catch it. But yeah, my cat does that when bees get in the house.
I'm beyond entertained. Like, this is maybe 2 feet from me right here. Like I'm pointing at it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I'm kind of freaked out actually.
So anyway, I know I had first run into you on Twitter, looking at like some of the artwork that you've done. So how did you get into the field of art?
So the short version is I always wanted to do advertising. So I have a degree, so Bachelor of Communication Design. And I basically wanted to be Don Draper before there was a Don Draper. And he's more handsome, dresses better than I do. But that's kind of what I did for about 20 years. And I ran my own advertising agency. Did a lot of just all that stuff. A lot of national, some international clients, and commercials, websites, and tons and tons of print stuff, newspaper, magazine. And then I moved to San Diego about 4 or 5 years ago, part-time, bouncing back and forth. And I was at the Eisner Awards because it's a long story, but I could say ex, but the current legally wife, and she works with the Eisners. So there I was sitting in the Eisners, and everything's comped, everything's free. I'm walking around San Diego Comic-Con the 3rd year in a row. And I was like, these people are having way more fun than I am. And they're making more money than me too, or it's on par at least. So almost 2 years ago, I just said, I'm done with that, like for real. And I have been since then. Like I need to I want to do art. I want to do comic book stuff. I want to do movies. I want to do music videos. I want to get back to my band, to do whatever.
Right.
And I don't like social media as a personal thing. Like I've got a Facebook that I might touch every 6 months.
Right.
Hey, I'm camping. Hey. But getting on Twitter, and I started putting art up there, and I started getting noticed. Then I started getting work from it. And about 2 years later, here I am with this wonderful world of all these neat people and a whole bunch of neat projects that I'm doing. So it's pretty awesome, actually. Like I would never expected this to happen. So that's where the art thing comes from.
Oh, cool. Well, I have zero artistic talent whatsoever. So I'm just fascinated with people who are into the art field. It's like so cool. I think the first piece of art of yours that I saw, I think was something you did for Quarterable That Garrett,
Okay.
which was really freaking cool.
Oh, is it the Lando?
Yes.
Yeah.
That one in Bespin is in back of him and all that. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that was fun. He DM'd me and said, "Hey man, can you make me a banner and make me Lando?" And I asked him some questions. He's like, "I don't care, do whatever." So I did. I put in Bespin, I put in the American flag, and I know I'm doing good when I finish a piece and then I giggle, and I go back and look an hour later, and I giggle again. So like, yeah. So I was thrilled to do it. You know.
So I guess in a way, it's kind of like if you enjoy like your own art that you see, then you pretty much know, yeah, I've nailed it.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I've always been very visual, and sort of a better answer your question about like I've always been someone who draws and paints. And I set that aside to be doing administration and marketing plans and stuff for 20 years almost. But now that I'm back at it, like I like to just put pen to paper and do stuff. But I mean, I honestly giggle sometimes. Oh, that is dope, like that idea.
Yeah.
And then I do it, and I'll sit there and like just be like, yes. And it's made me some interesting there's a lot of banners, there's a lot of avatars, things, and a lot of these things I do on commission. Some of them I just do because I feel like it. I want to take a break. But if I'm snickering at it as I'm doing it, or when it's done, I know it's gonna hit. It feels good, So
Neat.
yeah, and sometimes those are memes, but I try to put a little more craft into it than just some quick Photoshop. Okay, well, here's a good one, and for your audience as well. Like Jeremy's, like the D-Day Cobra avatar, right?
Yeah.
That was one of the first things that I did that I even met people with, because you never know how you kind of stair step to meeting different people. That might be how I met Garrett. I don't know, because it's every day is a new, somebody new. But doing Jeremy with the polo shirt with the chihuahua on his shoulder, like that's me. I did that one. And he was like, cool, man. He fired me some cash and whatever. But that's probably been seen by like 1 billion people. So that's really gratifying, because I'll watch Friday Night Tights. That's my art right there.
That, I have to say, that is one of the coolest pieces of art that I'd see before I even knew who you were. Every time I would see, every time I see Jeremy and I see his avatar, it would just crack me up. Just looking at it. So that's cool to know. That's really cool to know. But yeah, that's literally, that's probably why he hasn't changed his like that avatar just goes to whatever social media he's on, because it's like literally linked to him like forever. I would say forever, because it just captures his personality so well. It's like him and Leia.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, and it's hard not to sound cheesy, but that insurance sort of is tied to me forever too, because I'm the guy who did the thing. Because this is that's 1.5 years or more ago. And I was just getting, a foot in the door and getting noticed. And then I was getting shout-outs left and right. So, because you never know how you meet the person that you met next. And the people I've met in the last month or two are like, it's crazy. But it's just one little thing builds on the other. So yeah, and it feels good. Because like doing art just for yourself is awesome. People should do it. But when you know that people appreciate it, that's the best. Honestly, it's the best feeling.
Because I'm going to bring a piece of art up here, actually, that you did. That actually, when I saw it, I was just like, wow, I love the fact that he did this.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
I freaking loved this. And so what, because I have to ask, what's the story behind you coming up with this read? I don't want to call it feels like an insult to call it a redraw.
Yeah, it's not a redraw. It's okay. First thing I want to be clear about is when I do, commissions, I'll take all the hours, all the days it takes, and I'm getting paid. And I do this full time. So this is my, I got a mortgage and a expensive car downstairs and yada yada, right? I got
Yeah.
When I'm doing things like this is on me. But what I wanted to do was because I think we all saw the Captain America design that they did.
Yeah.
Which was the I don't even want to take down the artist, but it was a terrible, frumpy, unattractive, whatever. And Ethan Van Sciver, he said she looks bored, sad, something. And that tweet inspired me to take a few hours to sit down and I'll take the opposite of what you did. And I think my tweet, you can go down. I think I put in the right adjectives. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I feel him because I was like, I can't stop looking at this.
Yeah. So no, I wanted to make the just the sexiest Captain America that I could. So I basically
okay, I don't say it, but
I did everything different from what this was.
Mm-hmm.
And I found I just went and I looked up some, Captain America cosplay. Found some gal, changed it, made her, it was some white gal, and I mixed it up.
Mm-hmm.
This tweet went off like crazy because I got all this shit for. I don't even want to get it. Just it's not accurate. The face is wrong. The whatever her. And in fact, I'll bet you'll probably wear this because I remember seeing someone said, "Hey, is that Lorena?" I'm like, "It could be,"
Yeah, that's what tripped me out. I said, what now? And I went back and I looked at it and I was like, I wish I could cosplay like that. I absolutely loved when I saw this for so many reasons. Because somebody said, "Hey, is that Lorena?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to claim it right now. Just to do it on general principle." Because so many people kept saying that. And I was like, because one of the reasons that I love this art, and I had to explain it to someone because they said, well, why is it, she has one leg that's out and one that has, uniform on. And I said, well, do you remember a track and field Olympic star named Flojo?
Yes. Yeah, no, that's exactly why. Yes, and I went and looked up that stuff, and that's Flojo. And then I got beat up like crazy by whatever SJWs that her hair was too straight. I'm like, I know people who look like this in real life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone's got my back on this. I know a few people who look like exactly like this. And yes, Flojo did that. And I forget what year that was, but I remember her because I'm an old man. I mean, well, I don't know about you guys, but Lorena, you must be in your early 20s, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm going to cop that.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. So I thought it was the coolest thing. I'm like, yeah, it's not a dumb costume, but I'm going to make it sexy too. And then people were like, how would you run in those boots? It's like, well, you're a superhero, so you figured out.
Yeah, this is not the first time that I've seen, a superhero in boots.
Yep.
I can't recall exactly where I saw it, but I know I'd seen it, before. And I know when I saw it, I know when lots of other people saw it, when I would bring it up on streams, people were just blown away by what it looked like, especially people who were Flojo fans. We were just like, this is flipping awesome. We just said this was great. This is great. Cool.
Sorry, I apologize. I just lost audio for about 5 seconds.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's all right, because that's a good thing. It's pre-recorded. We can bring it back. No, and whenever I would bring this up on streams, people were just blown away by what it looked like. Mm-hmm. I didn't get it. No one said a bad thing about it. They were just they loved what it looked like. They loved the callback to Flojo. They loved that.
Mm-hmm.
And especially given how, again, I'll say it, how frumpy the Marvel version looked, because it was totally uninspiring. When I look at comics, I like the, even though I don't know art, the art should affect me.
Yep.
And looking at Marvel's design, it affected me in a bad way. I'm just like, I don't freaking want to pick this up. I don't want to pick this up at all. I see art like this and I'm just like, I want to see the story.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the gist of what Ethan said, without me bringing up the tweet, was like, lazy, whatever, just all these.
Mhm.
And then I just replied to him a couple hours later, and I said, bold, brave, sexy, fun, exciting, just this really good list of just things that are awesome. And I think I put the word awesome on it too. And then I think he retweeted.
Oh yeah.
And he retweeted.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Because it is. And who wouldn't love this? Oh, and see, I just zoomed in a bit here. And of course, Gary says, that's Captain America we can all get behind. It's like, just that too.
Yep.
Because sexy's good in comics. Always. Boys and girls.
And that's something that I don't understand. I understand, but on one level, I don't understand the pushback against sexy looking women in comics, because when I was collecting comics, that's what I was used to seeing. And and I absolutely loved it. I was used to seeing sexy women on comics, used to seeing sexy guys on comics. That's what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see someone who looked like they couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag, soaking wet, or, women who there's nothing feminine, about them at all. And that doesn't inspire me to, to want to even want to read. It's a shame that it's gone down that way.
It is. I think I might bring a not entirely unique perspective to Phantom Menace or to Comicsgate, but it's a bit different because, like, I work with, I've done work with Ethan. I'm doing Secret Thing with John Malin at the moment, and a number of other things I can get to maybe a bit later. But I did art school, for better or worse. So I did 4 years, liberal arts, bachelor of design, and 100% of my humanities professors for 4 years were lesbians, which is cool. It was a very, and this is almost 20 years ago, it was an environment of just really, really not liking men, being anti-men. So I had to learn about the male gaze in college. I had to write papers about the male gaze. And I had to fake papers basically in order to get the grade to move on to the next thing. And when I graduated, I was so relieved to go like, I'm going to leave that behind. Finally, it's the real world. But what's happened in the last 2 or 3 years, the world's caught up to all of us now. And I'll have people going, wait, what's the male gaze? I'm like, you don't want to know. But that's why they've killed all the sexy in the comics. And it's happening for real. So, now on the bright side, we can all make the comics we want to, and we all are over in Comicsgate, and we're fine. And no one's going to cancel us because you can't.
No.
But yeah, bringing sexy back.
Oh, absolutely. That's the one thing that one of the things that I like about Comicsgate is just how much fun and passion you guys put into your craft. It's just like, I remember when comics were actually fun and people, took pride in picking out certain comics. I got it for this, or I got it for that, or my favorite is I just got it because the cover looked good. I don't really care really what's inside, but the cover looks amazing. I have to have it. And Comicsgate, it seems like you guys are having so much fun doing the art that you want to do. And the smart people aren't shaming you for it. The smart people are pretty much like, shut up and take my money. I just want my copy.
The same time, I think it falls along the line of slight. I don't, like what you're saying, I don't want to contradict. It is about smart people, but it's also come down to the point where it's now sensitive people. It's people that can't get over their own insecurities. And when they see like the way Azebius Free did, that was a beautiful Catherine. She looked real. She looked like an actual person. That's why it looked so great. And
Mhm.
people just came after it because it was a reality that is achievable, but that means you have to put in work. And we're in the generation where people don't want to work, even if it's just to look like a comic book character or look to a certain degree of that type of form, because they either are lazy or they think everyone should look like what we see now when we look at the comic book faith. We need to see someone who is overweight, unhealthy, and that's the person everyone should be. That's not the way it goes.
Mhm.
It's the art is now fighting sensitivity over being respected for artistic quality, and it's kind of a sad downfall that we're seeing right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of, like, I don't fight on Twitter. Anybody who looks into me for a bit, I just do the, I mean, like Lorena, I love when you say, hey, it's Sunday, and you put in, a verse. I'm always the first one to send you a sunshine and whatever. My
I
Twitter's
know. Thank you. I love that.
I love that too. And I did that today to a couple people. So I'm not on Twitter to fight, but this one I fought back because they're like, all right, well, here's a sensitive thing. But people were like, her nose is too narrow because she's black. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Her hair's too straight. I'm like, that's not how it works.
No.
And I didn't get too into it, but it's just like I stood my ground because this is, what is a melanin issue? That's about it, right? And then her legs are too long. She's too this, that, whatever. I mean, I'm off camera for 3 minutes. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, it's okay. No worries.
I'm a fit enough fellow. I'm a 6'1", 165, skinny dude. I love Jason Momoa more. I mean, I would love to get around to that. It's on my to-do list, but I'm not threatened by it by any means. Like, good for him. That's awesome. And I think all women should probably, I'm just kind of stepping in. Women should aspire to the same. Can I say that out loud? Yeah.
Yes, you can, because I'd say it too.
Yeah, be your best healthy you. And if you don't want to, leave the rest of us alone who are trying to do our thing. But don't snipe at it,
Yeah, I know. I know that it seems like people who are insecure in themselves want to trash what they think is like a threat or what they think that they feel they'll never be able to achieve. I mean, not everything is achievable, but like you were saying, be your best self. If you're concentrating on being your best self and being happy with who you are, you don't have energy to, trash something because, you have something against it or it threatens your sense of self. And it's like I've told other people, your self-esteem is not someone else's problem. But
right.
They want to make it someone else's problem, which is why a lot of these, for lack of a better term, SJWs go nuts over, how women are, are portrayed in comics.
Yep.
But can I say something when it comes to comic book, especially let's look at the female form for comic book characters, or even the male forms when it comes to this, the way they've been drawn for so many years, decades even.
Mm-hmm.
They are literally heroes. They are training every day. They are practicing their craft, their powers, their abilities. They are fighting enemies. They are protecting the innocent. I brought this up yesterday too on another show. That in itself is a workout. It is a 24/7 workout. So they're going to look fit. They're going to look toned. They're going to look like they have structure in not only muscle mass, but in stamina and strength. And they're forgetting this one point, and they're only looking at the physical representation, and they're getting offended by it. They're not looking at how a hero does at everyday life. They're not applying it and how their body would look that way. If you're lifting a truck 24 hours a day to fight a bunch of demons, yeah, you're going to be buff as hell.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're the Flash, you're running super fast, you're going to have the thick thighs that save lives. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I'm quoting Creole right now, but it's the simplest terminology right there.
It's like it is, but it's like for some people to even bring it back to something a bit more relatable. When you look at people who are bodybuilders as a profession, okay, they're working out, twice a day. They have an off day, but they have a strict workout regimen that they have to do. Special nutrition that they have to do. And when they're in the gym, it's like they're there with a mission to get stuff done. And because that is like what their job is to do. They have people who sponsor them, to go to these tournaments and competitions and everything. That's their job. So you can look at somebody and see, oh yeah, okay, they're a bodybuilder. Even if you're an amateur bodybuilder and you're putting in the physical work to do that, it shows.
Yep.
It absolutely shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like, it reflects what you do. And I mean, you have different phases in your life. Like my job right now is I'm brand new on social. I got a bunch of work to do. My job is to be planted at this workstation, drawing. If I'm not on my couch drawing, that's okay. And it's a trade-off, and I'll try and sort of find a bit of a balance to get. And I've got a gym 2 blocks from me. It's a 24-hour, and the people walking in and out of there, at 4 o'clock in the morning when I'm going to get a burrito, it's like, damn, I wish I was doing what you're doing, but I got work to do. And, that's just, it's the way it is, but it's reflecting what people look like, So, but the superhero thing, I mean, there's another point in it. It's called self-insertion. Is a good, okay, thanks, Steve.
You mean the false representation of immortality by turning a hero into you, but you're still not making the hero grow arc or any type of characteristics that make it look like you can relate to it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, that flips me off right now. Sorry.
Yeah. So when you take a trying to think of a specific one recently. There's a few. Actually, I won't call anybody out.
Mandy, Starfire's daughter.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, the writer, because you'll see who's the writer on a project, and they'll announce a project, and it'll be like, damn, they hired the artist, and I'm a comic book artist myself, so I know how the briefing and all that stuff goes. To make the character look just like me. It's like you're a frumpy, overweight,
land whale,
unattractive yeti, and then we'll try to make that into a sellable superhero, and that's not going to work. But it's, to me, there's so much vanity in that. It's astounding how much ego it takes to want to do something like that.
I think it also comes down to a lack of creativity when it comes to storytelling. Of course, if you're a writer, there's going to be certain things about your life and experiences and dreams that you're going to put into the storyline, but you're going to do it to create something new, to create a new character, not just drop yourself, in there. Or even if you do, you can't just to drop yourself in there just to do it. There needs to be a particular reason.
Yeah, I don't understand the impetus. I mean, I've been working on one of my main, it's almost my day job, but the comic book I'm working on, Sins of the Fae, and you've probably seen my art. I try.
Yeah.
So I'm working with an Asian dude named Buddy Lord, who's it's funny. I've known him for a year. I've never seen him. It's weird. But there's no bald Asian people in the story. And then I'm Indigenous Canadian, so I'm fair skinned, but I'm not a white guy. I'm a native guy, which is fine. I don't think about it. There's no Japanese people. There's no Indigenous people. We've got a bunch of basically Celtic gods in it, and we've got one big strapping black dude. It's kind of like Blade. It's 'cause it's, so there you go. I mean, we're not in the book. We're writing the book for other people. That's, full stop. That's what we're doing.
Right.
So this other silliness, I don't know what to say. I've seen it happen before, not in comics, but I've seen it happen in episodic television, which is why I want to say the latter seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I could not freaking stand, and I couldn't figure out why. And it turned out, I think the female executive producer at the time was self-inserting herself into the script. So she was like, as if she was Buffy, and it was just like, no wonder we flipping lost interest. Yeah, okay.
Go ahead. Sorry, I had another question. How about the whole Children of the Atom thing? You've probably seen that, right? And how she self-inserted herself as Gimmick, the female version of Gambit, and literally she has a pin cushion that she can throw kinetic sewing needles.
Lord,
But not only did they self-insert, they stereotypically made them exactly what older times used to say, that women should just stick to sewing and stick to the kitchen and make me a sandwich. And she pretty much did the same stereotype while self-inserting her, not even changing anything.
Yeah. I don't have words. It's just so bad every time. It's like, come on, you're not really doing this. And every couple of weeks, and I usually get in on the game. And we had ones with the we had the native guy, what, 2 weeks ago? That's the other variation.
Yeah.
Right? And it's brutal. It's brutal art. It's a dumb idea. But I guess they had some indigenous person dream it up, and they ran with it, and then you're not allowed to criticize it, or else you're being,
yes.
Oh my god,
Okay.
racist. I'm like, I'm fucking, pardon me, but it's like,
Okay, I bleep it out.
Sorry. And it's like, that's my culture too, and I'll just talk to someone like in this space, like Alora. She's awesome, and we talked about that stuff a little bit here and there, and she's like, yeah, that's ridiculous. And then I went and found and tweeted it. I think I did like indigenous hero something. And I found this painting of like the 3 most smoking hot, barely dressed chicks, if you will, with spears. One's on a horse, whatever, and my it's like lit up. It's like, yeah, that's what we want. Don't give us this goofball in this silly costume. Give us something that we can get behind.
Exactly, because I know when I saw it, because my family, my mother's side of the family, is from Florida, so the Seminole Indian Nation is as much a part of Florida as anything else, and we're used to seeing, especially a lot of the native gear or native garb that they have on that's extremely detailed. It's like that art looked like it looked flat. It didn't look authentic at all.
Yeah.
At all. It didn't. It had like none of the intricate details. It had none of the gravitas, because the Florida State, my family went to University of Florida, so we're rivals with Florida State. So Florida State, their mascot is, the Seminole Warrior.
Okay, nice.
He comes out on the field on a white horse, badass, with war paint, elaborate costume, everything. It's just, it's one of the most amazing things to freaking see.
That's awesome.
So it is like, to see something like that, it just looks disrespectful. It's just like you couldn't. It's just like it's like phoning it in. You didn't add anything authentic to the costume.
We're referring to the Kickapoo Captain America, correct? That's the one we're talking about. The one that looks like they tried to kind of go back to, let's say, like the late 70s, early 80s style of comic book design when it came to comics, but then they just threw up red, yellow, and white red, blue, and white all over it with a bunch of stars, and they thought that's how they did it back then. And it's not, because the character, like you said, not only looks flat, it just looks like it's on a piece of paper someone was doodling, and it doesn't look like he can save you. It doesn't look like he's protecting anything except keeping his costume clean. It does not. It was. I found it. I know I shouldn't say this, but I felt embarrassed for that design because I felt it was disrespectful of the culture.
Well, I mean, design is hard.
It is.
I mean, and it's what I do for a living, and I've got a community of over probably maybe 1,000 of the best artists and writers in comics on the independent side, and some of the pros are coming over too. But we work really hard to kind of come up with stuff that's cool. But then Marvel just sort of, DC just kind of get to put the stuff out there and go, check it out. This is what we're doing, and they let you know when it's too late. And then if you critique it or talk about it, you get called names. That's all. So, it's a weird position to be in. But on the bright side of that is that we can at least make our own stuff that's good and just kind of move on. So yeah.
Absolutely.
I hope I didn't sound derogatory either or disrespectful. Like I'm not blaming artists. It's just I haven't picked up a comic in God knows how long, and I miss it. I miss looking at great covers, even if the story isn't great, or just I miss the fact that there's no longer care. There's always self-insertion,
Mhm.
and there's nothing that can attract me anymore. And that's probably a lot of way people feel. And when you go into Indiegogo and you even just Google in like comics or like stuff like that, and just go through Indiegogo with people you've never seen before, you see all this talent, and it's like mainstream just doesn't see it anymore. They gave up.
Yeah, but it's kind of why we're sort of making our own.
Yeah.
Be it Phantom Menace, be it Comics, and yes, be it the Post Geek Singularity, which I love too. All of these crossing over worlds. Like I haven't been on Twitter yet today, but I'll get on there. And I've got a lot of people who just like love what I do, but I'm nobody compared to a bunch of people that I follow too. And I was like, dude, and I'll tell somebody like, dude, how did you even draw that? It's that good because we kind of we critique each other, we rise each other up, and there's amazing independent work happening, and people are starting to make serious money for it. Like I did a cover for a novel about 2 weeks ago for a guy named Clint Stoker, and he's doing a book. I guess he's the great grandson of Bram Stoker, Dracula.
Really?
Yeah, really. I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's on my timeline. And I did, he just did a book, and it's a post-apocalyptic thing, and I got hired to paint the cover. And he, at the same time, because everybody works their butt off around here, clearly, to be on YouTube shows, to get everything happening. But his comic book just rolled over $100,000. So, like, dude. So the payoff is there too, and it's not a scam. It's just like hard work and cool stuff. And when I saw him coming close to that number, I think last night, I said, I don't know whether the story's awesome or is it the chick in the tight red pants, because
well,
this very lovely lady in really tight, like red vinyl pants was the banner for his Indiegogo, So I try to keep the room up. It's like, it's not all bad. Like, Marvel and DC can go the wrong way, but we can all be over here and go the right way, I guess.
and that's where I think everybody is. Most people are starting to go. It's like they're looking at indie comics, and my other favorite, looking at like manga also as well. That's where it seems like it seems like the majority of the people who love comics, it's like that's where they're going. But just like, you're right, it's not a scam. If you're providing something that people really, really want, it's not a scam. It's called, knowing, or not necessarily knowing, but finding out what your audience wants, or what your customers want, and giving them that option.
Exactly.
So speaking of projects, so what are you working on that we can look forward to seeing?
Okay, so let me think here. So I'm under NDAs on a lot of stuff.
Okay.
But I can tell broad strokes. I've been working since, and I do want to just put it out there because I know I got a good sense of your audience and who's going to see this later. And there's lots of good crossover. But I've been working with Mr. Robert Meyer Burnett on a movie since the fall. And I'm the storyboard guy. I'm doing some production design. I'm the guy to do whatever we need to do. And I can give no details, but watch for it. We might go public in 2 months or 6 months.
Okay.
That's up to him. And I bug him sometimes and whatever. So that's a going concern for me, and I'm having a blast. And Rob, if you catch this, we're going to do a thing one of these. So there's that. In fact, that leads into my YouTube channel. I did some test shows, the Extreme. I've got the biggest, bestest guests, and of course, I'd like that to be one too. And there you go. That looks kind of like me, hey? That's my okay, so that's one. The other one, I'm working on my book, Sins of the Fae. We should be shipping by June or July, and I'm painting 60 pages, full painted, the style that you see on my Twitter. And that's going to be massive. I'm going to be doing all fulfillment, printing, logistics, labels, buying all the supplies, doing
Is
whatever.
that on Indiegogo?
Yeah, and that's on Indiegogo as Sins of the Fae. But I'm dying to tell you about the other thing I'm doing.
I would like to interject quickly, just drop in from the.
Oh,
from
go
the
ahead. I'm
past
trying to find this here.
Sorry, from the past to Robert Meyer Burnett. Happy birthday, sir. Because
That's right, because it is his birthday.
Yeah,
So it is today.
I'll actually pop something in quickly because I did this, and it is copyright free. It's not that long, but there you go, Lorena. We can actually pop that in there in case he watches in the future.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
wait, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Remove studio. No, hold on. That was the wrong one. Okay, it's not bad. Shoot.
Oh, wait, speaking of Robert Meyer Burnett,
there you go.
The way I got to know him was I've been listening to him on, again, there's all these little cliques and things and Phantom Menace and whatever, but I never agree with John Campea, but I quite like him. Just saying it. So, yeah, I listen to Campea every few days.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, dude, I'm sitting there, I'm yelling at my laptop. Let's think and then the Schmodown and all the guys from the old school ones. I mean, Jeremy talks openly about how those are the people who inspired him too. But I sent Rob a note just about a year ago. I'm like, hey man, I love what you and Campea do, because I do. And then he had that intro. I guess I'm assuming you guys all watch his show sometimes, right? And he has those title cards. The Duke of Dope Discord, the Sommelier of Sci-Fi, the Master of Fun and Wonder. I painted all those, so those are all me. And then that got me in front of a bunch of people who know what's going on, and the whole my whole Hollywood story is another whole hour of another show. But that's because we're having fun, right? I mean, because it's ridiculous. Like I made him John Wayne, but Run DMC, but 60s, like a 60s movie poster with the Technicolor logo. So yeah, you make people laugh, and you're being positive. So that's pretty much how I got the job, and the job is a blast, and it's a big thing, but I can't talk about it. So, but it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. Well, look forward to hearing more about that. That's cool.
And the biggest thing I'm doing right now that I'm just dying to talk about is in my advertising TV background, done lots of things for Greyhound bus lines or this, that, whatever, TV commercials for grocery stores. That's my background. And that's what I walked away from. But I and I forget how I meet people sometimes, but I'm doing, again, no real details. Zuby is someone I became aware of about a year or so ago around here as just a fun, smart, really positive guy. And we got to talking. So I've been hired. I'm doing, I'm going to say the launch is about August, but I'm doing a full music video with and for Zuby. And that's going to have me busy.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's. I wish I could share it. Can't. The song is called "Underrated." I'm underrated, fam. And it is so good. And it's got 2 guest rappers on it, right? And then the one guy. This is about 2 weeks ago. I got the gig. There you go.
All right.
So there's going to be this for 4 minutes. Wow. And it'll be it's all me. I don't have, I don't have a team or a assistants, whatever. I will make this thing happen on the beats, do whatever. He's going to run around, rescue cats from trees, fires. This is based on kind of close to or pretty faithful to the style of the mid-90s Amazing Superman.
Oh, okay.
And this is super Zuby. I mean, I don't know, because he trusts me to kind of do my thing. Here he's got a glowing green belt because I don't know, that's just how I drew it. And this is going to be the craziest thing. And the responsibility on this is, I mean, I put it out there. We do, a lot of production meetings, a lot of whatever. I'm writing the entire script. I'm animating the whole thing. It'll all be storyboarded. I've only got about a week left to do that. And this is hence why my YouTube is.
Wow. Yeah.
You're right. You get it, right? Like
I gotcha.
And the funny thing is, so it's him. He's got 2 guest rappers. And there's a guy called Mac Lethal, which you guys might know, but you know,
I
yeah,
think
right.
I think I've heard that name before.
Well, I saw like, oh, who's this kid? Now his rap is about the Mandalorian, and it's like I'm like the Mandalorian, something, something, something. Got a DeLorean, da 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 da. I'm like, well, that's cool. And I thought, well, I don't want to get in trouble with Disney, so I'm just going to ask Gina Carano if I can use her image, and she follows me, so like that's probably going to be a yes. It's not a big deal, but I'm going to have fun with it. And then I looked up this Mac Lethal guy, and the first hit I got was the Ellen DeGeneres show, and she loves him. And then he's talking about his new single or his new thing he just did. Like he's got like 3.5 million followers on YouTube. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Like I got to deal with this dude. So you know, can I get a shout out? Like I don't know. If I do a good job, probably. So it's a whole. It's a wacky world. Like, I didn't come in here thinking I want to do, you know, rap videos, but I'm doing rap videos. So
I'm excited about this. I just look at the art here, and I'm just like, I can't wait to see that whole thing. A fully animated music video.
I know, and it's a weird place to be, right? Because like I can, you know, do I give him like a sidekick that's like a cat, or do I do? Because I mean, it's on me to just, you know, like I have the meeting. It's like, hey, dude, here's where you go underwater and you free a submarine from octopuses. It's my mind is free to do whatever I want to, and I think everybody's got a good sense of him and his kind of his persona. And I watch, you know, I've seen a lot of his YouTube. He's just a good dude, and he's fun. And to be able to sort of bounce things back and forth is really, really, it's exciting. But it's going to be. I can't wait. I don't even have words, actually.
I can't wait either, because Zuby is such a cool, positive person on Twitter. So just to find out, you know, that you're working with him, I saw that, and instantly I was like, oh my God, I can't freaking wait.
And I promise, like, I won't disappoint. You know, it's going to be a bazillion hours of just. I mean, you do development, right? So, I mean, I've been animating. It's always been my agency, but I've certainly been involved in animation and television for about 20 years. It's the same thing. You got to just like dot your I's, cross your T's, just no mistakes, get everything right.
Right.
And after 8 hours, it's like, well, I did 2 seconds of something. Then you do it again, and you do everything again. Then you sync it to the snare drum when the thing happens with the thing.
Right.
Repeat for 4 minutes. It's a huge task. But when it's done, it's going to be like, you know, I'll blow minds. Promise.
Yeah.
Well,
that seems like it's definitely going to be worth the wait. Oh, so go ahead, Steven.
No, that's cool. Then that's my second promo and outcry. Is Zuby, if you watch this in the future, you are welcome to come on and show us today.
That's funny, considering I'm catching up on season 2 of Deep Space Nine this week.
Yeah. I like how you played it just as I was going out there, being like, you also have an invitation one day in the future. You're like, not today, fat man. Not today.
I hit the button too early. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm used to it. Every moving moves me. So.
Yes, of course.
One with me, one with mine.
So, you know, the funny thing about YouTube, and again, so my shows, I was, you know, very strictly, you know, ready to go, took a nap, had a good meal. And I think my local time, it was 1 or 2 a.m. for Mandalorian. It's like, we're going to do this. I'm going to have a couple guests. And we're going to review Mandalorian, half an hour pre-show, do whatever. And no one, that was a few months ago, and then all the shenanigans happened. So
right.
I'm not even saying go worry about it. But I mean, if somebody catches this on a replay, by all means, go sub to Xevious if you want, because there's stuff coming.
Yes, please.
But all the people that I've talked to, that I've said, and I mean, pretty high up, whomever, like, hey, man, I'm going to do a show. When I do launch, would you come on? Everyone has said, tell me the time and the date, and we're good. So
nice.
It's really good people around here. So could I get Zuby on my show? Yeah, I would. Why not? You know,
yeah.
You know,
consider me doing work for him. Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, I was going to do the launch show with Quarterback Eric. He's like, yeah, dude, anytime. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, who's going to say no, right? So it's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome, the people that that you connect with in the in the community. I'm always blown away by the generosity in this community. It's been great. It's been great.
Yes, like you've come up out of nowhere. I think I saw. Again, I can't see everybody's show every day. It's got me. I'm working.
Yeah.
And I'm a terrible chatter. I'm more of a lurker because I'm using both hands when I'm working, right? But you just came across 2,000 people already?
Yeah, 20. What am I at now, Fat Stephen? 20, 24?
Well, you told me not to say it anymore because you're
Yeah,
tired of the
I
truth.
did. I did because
So,
I was
I'm
trying
not talking
to
about no
keep
more.
that on the down low. Yeah, I think I'm at 24.
That's amazing.
2,400. Yeah, I'm like shocked. I didn't think I'd get like 100
Yeah.
when I started.
I want to say, I don't want to make you blush, but like having you sort of on camera, I think you've got you have a brand and an energy. It's a thing. Like I could see you just going like, through the roof pretty fast if you keep it up.
Oh, thank you.
Guys,
She
I don't know.
does. That's why I'm
It's
here,
a-
Grifton.
Yeah, it's a great show with great energy. So I wish you. I hope you do that. But I think you will actually.
We
So
will.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm having fun. I'm having fun doing this. And I especially love when my sister says, "Yeah, so me and my husband we were watching your show last night." on YouTube, and then my nieces and nephews will see me and they think that I can see them, so they're like, "Hi, Auntie, hi." So that's for me. That's so cool that people like the show, and it's something that I can share with people to kind of make them smile, have a good time, because I'm having fun doing this. So I love that other people are enjoying it too.
yeah, I mean, there's people that I've caught over the last few years where I'll spot them when they're really little channels and be like, maybe not. Best of luck though. And then someone is just like, damn, that guy's or girl is like just a firecracker. Like okay, Ryan, like RK Outpost.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, this guy's just like, he is just this little ball of, he's going to go places. And
Mhm.
here he is. And so it is. Or Josiah. And I watch all those guys too. And yeah, it's going to be a fun year too. Because as, like, what was it? Was it Dave Rubin set up the new network? And the name escapes me. It's not Minds. It's not Parlor. It's the, is it Locals?
Yeah, I've been hearing about Locals. I didn't know that much about it, but I'm hearing about it.
Yeah, and then he boosted Geeks and Gamers, or Jeremy,
Mm-hmm.
and then via that, and the Rubin Report's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
I don't even want to say the conservative space because I don't like that. I don't
Mhm.
like the political distinction thing. But you get into like Stephen Crowder, Dave Rubin, yada yada,
Right.
Jeremy, and then he boosted. Drunk was on the other podcast. So was Ryan, and all these guys are sort of talking to these much higher levels of people and doing it. And they're just slaying it. Like they're doing such a good job when they go on live.
Mhm.
So I think we sort of all bring each other up as opposed to sort of being, in your mom's basement.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
As I'm sure you guys
Absolutely.
This is my mom's basement.
Well, nice.
Yeah.
It's a lot of wood.
Yeah. So I'm kidding.
But you're right about this community. Like, it doesn't matter the small of the channel. If someone sees something in you, they will prop you up. They will help you out. They will give you tips and tricks. And a lot of them have done that for me too. And they will do a lot for anyone. The thing is, you got to also maintain yourself when you're delivering the content. You got to make sure that you're not giving into one thing or another and just becoming that thing. And as you grow, you're going to have more hardships. You're going to make new friends, lose old ones, and it's an ongoing struggle. But the thanks, the private messages, the like, I'll even say, like, when people super chat or donation and they put those words in such a way, it hits you because you don't realize the impact you're having with others until someone reaches out and touches you. And it gives you that reality that even if you're still the same type of human behind the screen, another person on the end of another screen is seeing something special. And it's one of those moments, like when you do your art or when you share a picture, it's the same type of feeling. It's not a gratification, it's realization.
Sure. Like, I think that like Twitter moves so fast. I mean, I wasn't even on social like 2 years ago, and I forget. It's just I try to remember everybody who I follow and who follows me, and it's pretty one-on-one sort of a ratio. And I was trying to remember their dog's name or their wife's name or a sense of where they work and what time they get out.
Right.
Because you sort of see the patterns. It's like I work, like I'm working at the Southampton, England, doing stuff with Zuby at the moment. So I try to bounce that. And then my partner in the book I'm doing is he's in Charleston. So that's 2 hours ahead of me that way. So I might stay up an extra 2 hours or take a nap and then get up and then it's bananas. It's the international schedule. But my point was how you got to know people or became aware of them on Twitter is always interesting. I know I got followed by Jeremy by making fun of Ortega, Ivan, about cleaning his pool and walking his dog. It was funny at the time. How I got to know you, I think, was probably your. I think you like to post verse on Sunday mornings, so that might. I mean, for all I know, right? And then back to it was Zuby was just a positivity thing. I started seeing it bounced around. I'd actually seen him captured on Facebook, and he did a thing yesterday, and he said the key to being successful is to help other people be successful, which is very pithy, very simple. But there's people who are just like a nonstop positive, like make everybody better along with you. As opposed to what Twitter because 90% of people on Twitter are just complaining about stuff, which is no fun, and I stay away from it.
Yeah.
And here we all are just doing the opposite. So.
Yeah, it proves that, there's that. It's like you can use social media for good, or you can use it, for self-serving, purposes. But yeah, I totally get it. It's why I love. Sometimes I feel bad that I can't catch everyone's shows and all of that. But I'll tell people it's like if you tag me, on Twitter, at least I can like maybe retweet you or shout you out or do something, some kind of way. So sometimes I can't view things, but at least I can kind of, boost exposure as I get a chance. So yeah, you're one of those people where I wanted to make sure that I could boost exposure out there and kind of, let people, know about you and know what you're doing and know what you're, know what you're working on and all of that. That's why I'm so glad I finally got you on my show.
I know, right? That's perfect case in point because we talked probably 2-3 months ago. You're like, "Yo, on my show." I'm like, "Totally, of course I do." And then it just takes a week or two. You do some other stuff. You forget. You do whatever. And that's this reality we live in.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Like I was supposed to do a show with a pretty big creator last night, and we had a plan for weeks, but then we got the time zones mixed up because someone's wife did a thing and whatever.
Oh,
that's cool. But now it might be another month until we have time to do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wish there was. I don't know the secret because I need to. Sorry. What's that, Steve?
Oh, there's one secret. I'm just checking. I even sent you a graphic in January. I got a thumbs up, no reply.
Yeah.
I love it. I forgot because I did the Burger King one where I'm sitting with my face on the carpet with the burgers everywhere. I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I hope that didn't weird you out. Here, I'll share it, Reina, just so you can see it. 'Cause I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah, let's see.
But that's what I sent you, and you sent me a thumbs up but never got back, right? So this is what I said. The lunch table wants you to be a future guest. And I even put a little text afterwards.
Oh, wait, you sent me that?
Yeah, I'm the same Fat Steven.
Oh, okay. I hate to say this because I've only got 2K subs on Twitter still.
Yeah.
But my DMs will light up sometimes where it's like, unapologetically, it's like I didn't catch the ones from yesterday. Because there's enough stuff going on, and that makes me feel bad. Like I look at Ethan Van Sciver. You guys are both You watch
Never talked to him. I've watched a couple of his live streams. I like the way they joke around, and they just have fun. They're like the example of having fun to a certain degree.
Yeah, he's blessed. I
They
love
do.
him.
They
And
do.
I'm doing work with him. I've worked on, I think, 3 out of his last 4 covers, doing this or that. But I've sort of become aware. Like, he's got about 40,000 followers on Twitter. So I can DM him. I can have, like, something could be like pressing in my mind. Be like, dude, we got to talk about this. And then when a day passes, I don't hear anything. I've learned to not even be offended, or it's like, yeah, it got lost in the shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And then I know Zuby just passed 400,000.
Oh my gosh!
Right?
Wow. Yeah.
He sent me a note last week saying, like, dude, I can't do DMs anymore. Here's my bat mail. So
That's
brilliant.
cool. Bat mail. Yeah.
I totally get it.
I totally get it too.
I had a quick question. If that's okay. Before I know we want to wrap up or anything, but how do we get on your good side to bypass commissions, or how much do your commissions usually range in general? And I'm just doing that because I'm trying to sound not like a dork right now.
Oh, you mean for me to do a commission for?
Let's say if I wanted to get like an avatar symbol done, because my friend Gary did this one, the Fat Steven one, but I'm trying to see if other people have different ideas, or whether or not you have like a booking schedule if other people see your work and want something commissioned where they can reach out to you, what your ranges are.
Okay, I've got a really simple answer for that. Inside of Fandom Menace Friends, I've done some channel branding for Twitter banners, YouTube banners, whatever. And because I've been doing a book cover based on that rate, and it's not the same as corporate, it was a few $100 is the ballpark thing. So some of the good ones I've done, like, we all know Mara Jade. I did that one. Lethal Lightning hired me to do that. And he did it in secret a week before her birthday, which is the coolest thing any dude has ever done. Like, that was awesome.
Wow. That's cool.
So that was like, oh, sorry, I shouldn't. I'm going to say just ballpark is a few $100 does the job. As for an avatar, I've never really thought about that. I've never done just like like some dude wanted me to do a thing for his dog walking service. This is last weekend. I'm in the middle of a high, like a commission for book covers, like $500, $800, $1,200. It depends on what it's for. And I was like, he wanted like a smiling dog for his dog walking company, and he's a kid. I'm like, dude, I don't really. And he's like, well, here, what if I just give you $50? I'm like, really? Like, so I took. Should I be saying this out loud? But I took 25 minutes and I drew this really cute dog. He sent me $50 in PayPal. So like, okay, it's win-win, right? But yeah, dude, it's not cheap. Like, I mean,
that's what I want to make sure.
The big cover artists are 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Like, I'm going to tell you guys a fun thing for your audience, Reina. Everybody talks about Knights of the Old Republic because it just doesn't go away because we all love it. Yeah. Anna plays it. That. The cover was done by 3 people, and I'm close personal friends with all of them. So it's painted by a guy named Mike Sass, and I've got a few of his original works here in my room. And the typography was done by a lady named Janine Van Gool. And it was art directed by a guy named John Gallagher. This is all BioWare, but almost 20 years ago. And these are the people I hang out with in real life. But I asked, I got John to do a cover for me about 6 months ago, part of my project. And he's like, that's $2,000, but I'll give you a friend price because you're new here, because I'm brand new. And then I asked Mike to do a thing for me. He's like, that'll be, it was like $4,000 or $5,000 just to do one comic book cover. He's like, and I can't touch you till December of the next year. So to give you a sense of the market, it's just like, I guess I had no idea it worked like this until just this. So, artists, they do okay. They earn it.
Exactly.
Absolutely. That's why I was like, I have my little, my Zebius art jar, money that gets flipped into it.
Go for it. One of my favorite. I want to shout out. She catches this later because she's part of this But AFK Bard or Finn,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I know ASK Bard. Mhm.
I haven't talked to her for 6 months or so. I just think she's got the coolest on-camera presence. She's got this great voice.
Mhm.
And she's hired me to do 2 full banners and brands for her YouTube. And the first was her doing like devil horns with like a helicopter behind her.
Mhm.
And the second is this, it's like her favorite things. It's like a fox and a lute and a thing. And so it's great. Because that stuff, that pays my mortgage. So
I saw the one with the one with the helicopter.
yeah,
Yeah, that was cool.
it was silly. It was fun.
That was cool. Oh my gosh. So folks, we're gonna wrap up here. Please do follow, subscribe, and I think you have because you have Instagram as well, right? Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm Xevious with 2 S's on everything. Yeah, Instagram,
Okay.
YouTube, Twitter.
Okay.
I don't play with Facebook. That's
Cool. No, I don't either. I got too many nosy relatives on Facebook.
right.
I don't mess with Facebook. Folks, I'll put all of the links for Zevius are in the description box. You can go and check that out. And thank you so much for watching this, Zevius. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it.
Almost
Appreciate it.
pleasure's mine. This is I've been wanting to do this, like I said, for a long time. So now we got one out of the way. Let's do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.